Facebook, and now I'm back over to Instagram. And so I get a lot of messages about, how do you build your business on Instagram? How do you make relationships? And so I thought that this would be a really good call for me to do for you guys, and hopefully it'll answer some of those questions for you guys. So we are going to, yes, I recorded it, so we're good. We're good there. So we are going to just get started. And if we have a lot of, like I said, I will probably be doing another call on this just because there's so much information to cover on Instagram. So this will at least get you guys going and understand what works and what doesn't work on Instagram and how you guys can start building your business on that form of social media. So the first thing, and I know that this is something that is kind of known on all of our social media sites. A lot of us use Facebook, but it's really important when you make your account to make sure that it is public. By not having an Instagram account public, it's basically showing that your business is closed, and it's going to make it really difficult for people to come and to follow you. And that is really what you want on Instagram, is to build up your followers so that you can build up interactions and build up relationships there. With Instagram, it's a little bit different than how we work our business on Facebook. I know you guys have listened to a lot of Lindsay's calls, and with Facebook, we still have a lot of our family present there, our cousins, maybe our childhood friends, things like that, people that are really not interested in Beachbody maybe yet. And so we talk about posting those 5 pillars, or those 5 different examples of things that maybe you might represent yourself. With Instagram, you're really going to be not posting a lot of your personal material there. So if you have an Instagram page already, I want you to start cleaning up that page and use it as social media, not as a place where you're going to be interacting with your family or having grandma come over and look at pictures of your kids. They can do that on Instagram. Or on Facebook. This is a little bit different. So we're going to talk about that. So first things first, make it public. Go through your site, and you really want to clean up anything that's really super personal on that account. Okay. So, all right, so we're going to talk a little bit about what is so important about Instagram and what people are going to first see when they get there. So this is really about the value of a first impression. So the first thing that people are going to do, say that they saw your picture and it was tagged like fit girl. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to see your picture. And then they're going to come over to Instagram and they're going to look right away at that bio. And so your bio and your first 12 pictures, and as you can see here, I have just some examples of first 12 pictures. They're going to decide based on those just first pictures that they see, because this is basically the screen of your phone. They're going to see if they're going to want to follow you or not. And so you really want to make a very good first impression here with the bio and that first 12 pictures. Often I'll go back and I'll clean up those first 12 pictures if I realize it's not really flowing with the way that I want it to flow. So we're going to start first of all with your bio. Your bio needs to be your name. So as you can see here, it has my name. My name is Alyssa Shoemaker. So it has my name. You want it to be your name. You don't want it to be any kind of nickname there, any kind of funny name there. You want it to actually be your name. Because this is what your business is all about, and this is what your brand is all about. So make sure that your name is there. Then you want to list any type of specialty that you might have, something that you may be providing on that page, something that you're known for in particular, or a specific title. And as you can see, like mine says, I'm a nationally qualified bikini competitor. I talk about clean eating. I'm a nurse, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm a dream builder. And then I've listed my website there, and then right below that, the only thing that actually links out, I've listed my Facebook page. And we'll get into a little bit on why I decided to list my Facebook page rather than listing my web address there. You're going to basically, in this description, you're going to be telling them like what you do, what sets you apart from other people. what makes you unique and what you are going to be sharing on your Instagram. So that's what they're going to come, and they're going to look at that bio. You want to make it fun, interesting. You want to use, emojis, use little symbols and stuff in this area as well. And that's kind of the fun part with Instagram. So kind of spice it up and get using those emojis and be creative. Okay, so the other thing is that you want to have keywords in here as well. So even though that they're not searchable, if we run blogs, we want to have keywords that are searchable. Even though they're not searchable here, again, these keywords are things that are going to stand out and give a much better understanding to your potential client or potential person that's going to follow you, and just let them know what exactly it is that you have to offer there. Okay, so one thing that I learned was to space out your name. So if you can see my name here, it is spaced out. And you want to make it really legible so that people can see it. So it's up here, it's separated from the rest of the content that basically are my keywords or the descriptors that describe me. So up here is where you're going to want to have your name, and you're going to want to have that spaced out. If you use an iPhone, what you can do is you can edit this on the computer by using Iconosquare. And so with Iconosquare, you can upload different fonts into that area and then also put enough spaces so that you have everything in neat lines. If you use anything other than an iPhone, this is actually where they are above us. And so people that do not use iPhones, they can actually do this already. For the iPhone users, though, you have to be able to do this on the computer using Iconosquare, or you can use your Notepad app, and you can copy and paste it. So use your Notepad app on your phone, and then you can copy and paste it once it's all spaced accordingly, and copy it right to your IG bio. So that's kind of how you're going to do that here and get the spacing that we have up here, like in my name. So I will also be writing this down for you guys, and I will make sure that I put it into the bombshell wall, the dynasty wall, so that it can be passed on to the team. So if you're trying to write really fast, just know I will put the instructions on how you actually do that for your bio, and make sure that you guys have that available to you guys. Next, we're talking about using our website URL here. And it can be a landing page of sorts, it can be your blog, but it's going to show that you have a credible business. And it's going to encourage people to follow you. So for the longest time, I had, www.afitnurse.com here, and it was great at driving people to my blog. But when I was talking to them about challenge groups or talking to them about coaching, it was much easier for me to put my Facebook link up here, and so I could just tell them, click on the link in my bio, and then I could send them right to my Facebook page and get a friend request from them there. So that's one way that you can get people from Instagram over to Facebook. If you have a nice setup on your blog where you're getting a lot of traffic through that, then maybe I would suggest using your blog there instead. So it just depends on what it is that you're doing. Like right now, I'm advertising for a challenge group, so I'll have this URL up. If I'm not advertising for a challenge group, then I'm talking about something that's going on my blog, then I'll change this so that it actually has my blog information. So I kind of go back and forth depending on what it is that I'm doing with my business at that time of the month. So just think about that. If you're having a lot of trouble bringing traffic over from Instagram to Facebook, then I suggest putting your Facebook URL here so that they can come and connect with you there. And most of your profiles on Facebook are also public, so they're going to be able to see then a little bit more about you on that personal level, because on Facebook we're posting a lot more of those personal things. Okay? Alrighty. So we'll talk a little bit about the 12 pictures and having them honor a theme. So like I mentioned before, This is different than Facebook, right? So on Facebook, you know, we might be talking about our family and our faith and motivation and maybe about our business or fashion or makeup or, you know, I'm a hockey mom. I mean, whatever it is that I talk about in my normal life, that's the kind of stuff that I'm really posting a lot more about Facebook. Here, you really want to choose one theme and post about that one theme. So when people come to your page, they're going to know, okay, it looks like she's into motivation and she's into fitness. If you look at Shiva's page, she has a lot of humor also built into her page as well. So you can get a little bit about, okay, she's kind of humorous, she's into fitness, and gives her a little bit of spin about what it's like. But we're not taking pictures of our dogs here. We're not taking pictures of our kids here. No kind of behind-the-scenes action. Or really like what we're really interested in. This is all about your business and having a theme. So just remember that when you're posting on Instagram, it has to be a theme related. Also, make sure that your pictures here are adding value, you know, so we're not looking for dog pictures, even though we love our dogs, or we're not looking for sunsets, even though they're absolutely beautiful. That doesn't really belong on this type of page. So you can post that on Facebook, you can post that in other areas, but for here, or you could even open up like another account that was just all your dog. Here you want it to be completely themed. So people are going to follow your account, not because it's really interesting, but because you have that specific theme and you have that specific topic, and they know exactly what it is when they're going to come to your page and what to expect. So here, I would say stick to 2 or 3 things max, and that's what you want to post about. All right, so I want to get a little bit into this because quality really counts. You know, when we first started working on Instagram, or when I did, I could just upload a lot of pictures like right from my iPhone. But the way that Instagram works now, people are so much more involved, and they really want to see they want to see like good quality pictures and good quality content. So it's that more of a visual platform. So like we think of Pinterest being a visual platform, that's exactly how it is here. So a lot of times on Pinterest, right, we pin pins based on the way that they look. Sometimes we actually look a little bit further into the recipe and what's going on, but it's the same way that you're going to trigger a like from somebody on Instagram, is they're going to really be looking at your quality of pictures. So make sure that your pictures aren't grainy, that they're not out of focus, and that they are in a really good resolution here. Your pictures, and those first 12 specifically, because that's what people are going to see, it's like your magazine. So when people come, if it just sees, you know, you just have like a sweaty workout picture and your face is all sweaty and there's no kind of value to that picture except that, wow, this girl just worked out, most likely you're not going to gain a lot of traction or a lot of followers there. So I would think about what you're going to post instead of just posting. Quality goes a long, long ways on Instagram versus quantity. And as you get going and really building up your account, if you have pictures that have gotten really good numbers of likes or comments previously, I encourage you to use them again, especially if they haven't been posted for a while. Grab those pictures and repost them, because nobody's going to know that they're a reposted picture. You're just going to have new followers and new eyes on it, and you're just going to start getting a lot more traction based on that picture. So sometimes you'll look through really accounts that have a lot of followers, and you might look down, you know, say, I don't know, 12 weeks or so, and some of the pictures start being repeated. That's because they're doing less work from themselves, and they're just reposting pictures of good quality and that have a good message. So if you take a look at the Explore page, I want to show you guys this, but if you take a look at the Explore page, or also they call it like the Popular page, take a look there and see what kind of pictures are being posted there to have an idea of what it is. You won't want to have any kind of distracting backgrounds. You really want to have pictures that kind of look like they might came out of a magazine. You want to have, if you have like infographics, like here in like Shailene's like patients, or this Pilot-a-Fine that Chelsea Pearson did. You want to make sure that they're not messy and that they don't look unprofessional. So I know we have a lot of apps that we use on our phone now. We can get a little carried away with, you know, putting text on top of our pictures, but make sure that when you do that, that it doesn't actually take away from your message, and that people are going to actually stop and read what it is that you have to say. So this also can be done if you, I like to study like what other people are doing. So, you know, I'll look at some of the top accounts and like see what it is that they're doing, see where it is that they're placing their infographics, right? Look at the different fonts that they're using and the different colors that they're using. Those are some things that you can do to kind of get some ideas on how should you be doing your infographics when it comes to Instagram. The other thing is you can easily outsource this. And you can either use Elance to do that, or you can use Odesk. So Elance or Odesk.com, both of those sites you can use to outsource this, and it's really cheap to do so. So, you know, you can drop a bunch of pictures into an account and give them ideas of what you want, and they can come up with some beautiful infographics for this. Another thing is, I know a lot of people have photo shoots done. So you can see it, my picture here. We had a photo shoot done last year, and so with the pictures, I've been able to keep recreating them in other ways. So spell the site's names. Okay, so Elance, ELANCE.com, and Odesk, ODESK.com. And this is, like I said, is really, really a cheap way for somebody to make some beautiful pictures for yourself and put those infographics on there. Normally what they do, like this one here I had done for me, they will literally send you over like 2 weeks worth of posts and 2 weeks worth of pictures for you. Once that they're approved, then you can just post them if you want to, or you could have them post them as well. I normally will just have them make a couple things for me, and then I'll post it whenever I feel it's necessary. So I've really started working this into my account because my followers aren't used to seeing all of this, you know, all of these like really fancy pictures on my account. So I'm kind of working them into my daily posts that I have on Instagram. So when you, like I said, when you're looking at the infophonics here, I want you to really look at like the layout, like where are they actually placing the infophonics, look at the font sizes, look at the color and the composition that they use, and then make sure that whatever you're putting on top of there is adding value, motivation, or entertainment. All right, so I'm getting questions about high quality phone apps. So I can tell you guys a little bit about what I use. If you want to write these down. So I use Photofy. It's PHOTOFY. Rona. One of you guys use Rona. It's RHONNA. Over is a really great one as well. OVER. If you want to take away the background a little bit on a picture, or kind of edit it a little bit more, I love Photo Wonder. Photo Wonder is another great one that I use all the time. You know, Word Swag, Font Candy, any of those are the typical ones that I use. But you can still use PicMonkey as well. You know, so you can still use PicMonkey from your computer and then just save them onto your phone and then upload them that way too. So those are just a couple that I use. For the actual like videos, or to get pictures that are kind of like back to back. So you see this picture here of Janelle where she's back to back here. You can make that kind of picture using, let's see, the Pick Play Post. You can use that to do that as well. So Pick Play Post is great for videos, and then also to kind of make these side-by-side images here. Okay, so hopefully that will help you guys, give you guys some ideas there. So one thing that I just kind of want to add is that before you post, I really want you to think about, is this going to add value to somebody? Is it in line with your theme? So we talked about those 12 pictures. Is it in line with your theme? Is it going to provide a tip, an idea, an inspiration, or a motivation, entertainment, or value? Those are the only things that you really want to be posting. So if it doesn't add a tip, idea, inspiration, motivation, entertainment, or value, and it's just a really cute picture of your kid, don't post it. I know sometimes I find like I have really cute pictures of my kids that I want to post, but it's not going to go with my brand as far as Instagram goes. Even though, you know, Fit Moms and Other Moms is my target market, on this particular page, I don't want to do that. Now, I could be taking workout pictures of me with my daughter. That's a different story. That goes into my, you know, my same theme of fitness. So just think about that beforehand. And like I said, people are going to follow you more because of the fact that you're interesting or that you're adding that value to people. Any new follower you get is a potential customer. And so when you look at your pictures, be really critical of what it is that you've posted. And so that's why sometimes I go back and I get rid of old pictures. Because I'm like, oh, that didn't really work. Or so it's always like one of those reevaluating types of things that you want to go back. Because on Facebook, people are not going to go back and look through all your old pictures. But on Instagram, they can just scroll down and they can see all your pictures right there. So make sure you have that theme there. If there's something that maybe isn't vibing with the theme, or maybe didn't get a lot of likes, or really you thought, oh, this doesn't really add value, or this pic of my child, it was really cute, but you know, it doesn't go with my theme. Go through and erase that stuff so that you just have those 2 or 3 things that you guys are posting about. All right. Now we're going to talk a little bit about hashtagging. So we're going to talk about some do's and don'ts of hashtagging. For one, if you guys are not familiar with Instagram, hashtags allow other people to be able to find your posts. So I know that when we first started using Instagram, it was funny because I actually remember a thread, and maybe you guys might remember this as well, but in the Dynasty Diamonds group, you know, we were all posting like, what kind of hashtags are you using? Because I don't feel like my pictures are getting many likes because then maybe I'm not using the right hashtag. So I remember having this whole long thread of what hashtags are we using when we really started to using IG. This was probably maybe last year at this time. And so you don't really want to tag your pictures with super popular hashtags. So don't use like love, fitness, throwback Thursday, Instagram, iPhonesia, those kind of things. Do not use those because there's too many users that are looking at that particular hashtag, and within 30 seconds, your post is going to be way down the feed. And so anybody that's looking for it is no longer going to be able to find it anymore. So what you want to do is post like your original picture, and you can use like a couple or no hashtags at all, maybe very few, after you post your original picture. So don't, I wish I had a picture here to show you guys. Don't like post write your text out and then put like right underneath that, like, you know, fit mom, fit girls, gym dolls, whatever it is. Don't put that in your original comments where you're going to be leaving your message and adding your value. So none or very few there. Then below that, in the comment section, I want you to post a group of 20 popular yet targeted hashtags there. And you can create and store these in your phone just using the Notes app so that you don't have to continue to type them in every single time that you're on Instagram. And you can just copy them from your notes and then paste it right into the comment section. Once you do that, so there I would say more use like, that's where you could use your fit girls, your fit moms, your fit mama, you know, your gym dolls, that kind of thing. So something that's a little bit more popular but isn't going to be just fitness. Then after you do that, what I want you to do is after a minute or two goes by, I want you to actually delete that original 20 of comments that you've left. And now I want you to have another set of comments, another 20, and you're going to copy and paste that from your notes section and add that in. And there, I want it to be a group of less popular hashtags and then are a lot more specific and less popular. So you're going to post your picture, and then right after you post your picture, in the comment section, you're going to post your 20 hashtags. And then after you do that, you're going to wait about a minute or two, and then you're going to delete it. And then once you delete it, you're going to have 20 of your less popular so that they stay up a little bit longer. And for there, you know, I would do something like new mom, new baby, maybe like a weight loss tips or something there. Something that's a little bit not so standout as far as, like, you know, your fit girls, but something a little bit more specific. So what exactly it is that you're looking for. So, you know, for myself, I really think of, I want to attract, I have a lot of nurses and healthcare people in my business. So, you know, I might say like fit nurses there. I might put like registered nurse there. I might put, like I said, you know, new baby or new mom. Yes, you're going to delete the entire post of your comments. So your first set of comments, you're going to delete that whole first set of comments, and then 1 to 2 minutes later, that's when you're going to post your second set of comments that are a lot more specific. Your picture has already been published to that first set of comments. So you're only allowed to have 30 hashtags at one time. And so when you have the 30 hashtags up, now they're in all those different areas. So they might be in fit girls, gym dolls, you know, whatever else that you had said. And then you're going to erase that, but they're still there. So they're still searchable in that area. And then you're going to do your 20 new ones that are a lot more specific 1 to 2 minutes later. Does that make sense? You're completely lost. Yes, you got it. You got it. You got it. Okay. All right. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. So think about things that are a lot more specific for that second part, and you're going to leave those there. The awesome thing about this is you can actually recycle your posts. So say there's a day that you're really busy, and this is where Instagram is a lot different than Facebook, right? On Facebook, we say, oh, you have to build up affinity, right? We have to be posting 3 to 5 times a day because of affinity. Well, or Instagram is so different in the fact that you cannot post for 2 to 3 days, and it's not going to make a difference, because when new people come over, they are going to see those pictures there, and they're not going to know that you didn't post 2 or 3 days ago. One thing that you can do is really awesome is you can go underneath some of those posts that had a lot of interaction or a lot of traction, and you can delete that last set of hashtags, and you can put in a new set of hashtags again and republish it. And you can literally do that to infinity and beyond. So you just know on Instagram, you can just keep recycling pictures with new and different hashtags to end up in different areas. So if you don't have time, you don't really have a great idea of what it is that you, you know, say you don't have time to do a really good post, or you're not really creative for the day, or maybe you're not in really good lighting, just go back through some of your old pictures and re-tag those posts again. Let's see here. Can't delete comments. You know, on Sarah, I know on my phone, I just basically just have to slide the comment to the right-hand side. Right where there's a comment section. Let's see if I can look in here on my phone. Won't that delete? No. For myself, it's the actual person's comment. So let me see if I can pull this up and maybe show you guys. All right, let's see. Do I have a comment on there? Hold on. All right, so I did like, can you guys see my phone? Probably not. It's not going to work too well. In the comment section, next to the person's name that's left a message, you can just slide it to the right, and then just there's a red like delete button that comes up. And then when the delete button comes up, you just delete it. Okay? Alrighty. Alright, so that's kind of another like inside thing about, you know, hashtagging. Do you think it's weird that people are going to see the same picture over and over again with a different hashtag? Well, they're not going to see the same picture over and over and over again, because if you're going to explore or you're going to search for a picture, you're pretty much probably not going to look for the same picture over and over and over again, and these pictures are constantly moving. So, you know, there's millions of people that are on this site tagging their pictures, and so no matter what feed it is that you're on, they're always going to be moving down. So, and I do it with all different hashtags. So I have literally a list of like 20 different hashtags in my phone, and I just copy and I paste it into there. All right, so next, I have really started to dive into using Iconosquare when it comes to using Instagram. Iconosquare is, I think, the easiest way to use Instagram, and it gives you a lot of insiders, just like your like page would on Facebook. And so I like using Iconosquare for a couple of different reasons, and I'm going to go into one of them here. So, you know, I noticed somebody had asked, like, when is the best time to post on Instagram? Well, you know what? That's going to be different for each and every person. And the thing about Instagram is this little diagram here on Iconosquare, it's going to tell you exactly when you should be posting. So if you look up here at my posting habits, this will tell you when I post. And as you can see down here, it's, you know, 9, 10, 11, 1, 9 o'clock at night. That's typically when I post the most. And then what Iconosquare is going to tell me is I should probably be posting here at 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. Any of these big gray circles are going to tell you when you should be posting. So as you can see on my picture here, 9 o'clock most days of the week except Mondays. Thankfully I'm on this call, but on most days of the week at 9 o'clock is when I'm going to get a lot of interaction. So I should probably have a picture go out at 9 o'clock on most days of the week. The other thing is 2 o'clock, right? So 2 o'clock, even though you see I'm not posting a ton at 2 o'clock because of this little black dot here, most of the time I should probably be posting something at 2 o'clock on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So if you're wondering when should I post or when should I re-hashtag a picture, go to your Iconosquare and it'll actually give you what's best for your site. So I love there's so many different insights that you can see when it comes to using Iconosquare, and this is just one of them on when is the best time to post on Instagram. All right, so this here, yes, Iconosquare is free. It is the old Statigram. So for those of you guys that have been coaches for a while, Iconosquare is now Statigram. The other thing that's awesome about Statigram or Iconosquare is that you can do messaging right from there. You can find out, and we'll talk about this for a while in a minute, but you can also find out like who are your biggest followers? Who should you be interacting with? And so you can find out so many other things when it comes to using Iconosquare, really about your business and when you should be posting, who you should be following and give a follow back to, and who really is showing you the most love. So this really should have been like one of our first topics when we come to building relationships, because so many people don't take the time to build relationships when it comes to Instagram. And this is really the key to everything that has to do with Instagram. You can't just post a picture, post your hashtags, hope people are going to find you, they're going to follow you, and then you're not going to build a relationship with them. You're not going to end up really having any type of business if you're not building relationships when it comes to Instagram. So make sure that you're interacting and commenting outside of your page. And I say, you know, follow the 5-3-1 rule. And that means that if you have a new follower, I want you to go back and like 5 of their pictures, comment on 3 of them, and then you will have yourself 1 new follower. So for a lot of us, time is a huge issue, and this is something else that you can outsource out to somebody on Elance as well. You can teach them the same system and exactly what it is that you want them to do, and then they can start building some of the relationships for you. I think to get people to follow you, it works pretty well. I like to actually build the relationships for with myself and with the people that I'm interacting with by myself. But to get new followers by doing just the 5-3-1 rule, and then from there you take it on. So you're going to want to obviously use your target market for using your hashtag. So what I do is I will go on Iconosquare and I will search like weight loss, new moms, fashionista, and new baby. Those are the ones that I search frequently, and I will just start making relationships with people there. I use a tracking system just like we should for any part of our business, but you know, for me, I'm a pen and paper type of person. You could use Asana for this as well. But I just like to write down like who it is that I'm interacting with and who it is that I've met. So, you know, so many coaches will say, I don't have anybody to talk to. I don't have a warm market. Well, the awesome thing is that with Instagram, it is totally acceptable for you to go and just randomly like and comment on other people's pictures. That's what Instagram is really all about. So if you're somebody that is shy and doesn't want to friend request random people, I really suggest using Instagram for that reason, because of the fact that you can just interact and meet so many new people on Instagram, and it's totally the norm to just interact with random strangers. So how do you use Asana to track relationships? Kind of like how you use Asana to track any of your other part of your business. You know, so for example, say Married Kate, just pulling that out of the air. You know, Married Kate, I was commenting and liking her stuff on Tuesday. I could say that I want to comment on her liking stuff on, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And anybody that you're building that new relationship with, you can use Asana for that reason. So that's another way that you can use it. It's kind of like how we use it for our Beachbody business and tracking. It's the same thing that you would use for IG. Okay, so this is number 1 and most important. You guys have to be building relationships with people. Do not be one of those spammers. And I almost copied it and put it on here, but then I was like, oh, what if it's somebody on our team? But I know it wouldn't be somebody from the Bombshell Dynasty because we don't do things like that. But, you know, how often will you get somebody that doesn't know that you're a coach and maybe doesn't take the time to like look and see, okay, I'm going to search, click her link to Facebook. Oh, okay, she's a coach. Will say to me, hey, I have a free accountability group on Facebook. Why don't we become friends and we can build a relationship over there. So make sure that you're just building natural relationships. This is not going to be something that just happens overnight. You do not want to spam people. You want to look and see who they are and what they're all about. So do not do that, please. I mean, I must get it on my site every day, a couple times a day. And so you know that somebody is teaching people how to do this, and I don't know where it's coming from, but please don't do that. Actually build the relationship with the person, and then once you have that relationship built, say, hey, why don't we, you know, continue this conversation over on Facebook? Okay, I have a lot of coaches that came from Instagram, and I can tell you that we were friends and built relationships for probably 4 or 5 months before they ever decided to become coaches. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's well worth it, because then they know all about you and they're totally invested into you already. So that is that. Make sure you guys are building relationships there. I'm going to show you a little bit about how, my slide got a little messed up. I'm going to show you a little bit how Iconosquare can help you with that. So this is just something that I took off on my site today using Iconosquare. And it's basically based off engagement. So it's telling me here that these are my top 5 followings. So these are 5 people right now that are interacting with me the most and giving me the most love, right? So if I'm not following these people yet, or I'm not paying attention to them, I better be, right? Because they're commenting and liking on my pictures, I better be giving them the love back. And then here it lists people that I should be following, right? So this girl here, Fit Mama Lifestyle, I'm not following her, and this week she's liked 7 out of 7 of my pictures. So I did go back and I followed her because she's giving me love, and I should go and give her love back. So this screen here using Iconosquare is awesome because you can see who is giving you love and make sure that you're giving love to these people back. So these people are already engaged with you. They already want to start some type of relationship with you. And so make sure if you use this that these are the people that you're going to start tracking. How do I get to that part? It is under engagement, I believe, on Iconosquare. If you start using Iconosquare for your business when it comes to Instagram, it's going to totally change everything for you because you can like pictures with like the click of your mouse and just run through people on your feed and like pictures that way and then quick comment on your computer. So I know for myself, I'm much faster on my computer than I am on my phone. And so I use Iconosquare now to pretty much do everything that comes to my Instagram business. I don't really use the phone too much except to just upload my picture. So you can't use Iconosquare to upload pictures. You still have to upload your picture from Instagram and using your phone. So I always just use my phone. I upload the picture. So there's actually a phone there. It has no comment. It has nothing in there. And then I go on to Iconosquare and I will either type it in or I'll have something already typed in and I'll just press enter. This is great for you guys that have a lot of recipes and stuff like that that you're posting. Just copy whatever recipe it is that you want after you've already uploaded your picture, and then from there you don't have to type it all out on your iPhone like I was doing before. So this is a lot easier to use. All right, so do you guys understand that part? Using Iconosquare. Get on Iconosquare and play around with Iconosquare a little bit. It'll give you like fresh statistics every week, how many new followers you have, how many followers you've lost. I don't really suggest looking at that part, you know, unless you want a little bit of a bruised ego. I never tend to look at like the followers that I've lost, so that's really up to you. But to me, hey, if they don't want to join and they don't want to be a part of me, I'm really not going to worry about it. So you can find a lot of information using Iconosquare. All right, next. This is going to be the last part we're going to talk about. And like I said, there's so much information, and I know I didn't cover everything on this call because I just possibly can't, and I want to be respectful of your time tonight. But if you use Shoutouts, there's a couple different sites that you can use to shout out your page. And basically what you do is you have to pay these sites to shout you out. They all charge a different amount of price, and they keep you up on their site for a different amount of time. So InstaFit Females, IG Fitness Freaks, Fit Girls Inspire, Gym Exercises, Fitness Revolutions. There's people that actually own these pages. A lot of them, their Kick address, so if you guys don't have Kick, it's an app that you can download onto your phone. You can upload, you know, their name and start talking to them via Kick and find out if you're able to do a shout out with them. They can charge you anywhere from like $50 to $400, depending on how big of a site their page is. One thing that I can tell you is by doing this, you can gain like 1,000 followers like in a day. So if you have a little bit of extra money to spend and you want to really work your business on Instagram, if this is somewhere that you're thinking about going, what you would do is you would send them the picture that you wanted the shout out done of, along with the caption that you were going to use, and then they'll decide if they want to publicize that on their page or not. Sometimes they'll do it for a half an hour, sometimes to 2 hours, sometimes to 3 hours, and they'll keep you up on your page for that amount of time, and then they take it down. A lot of times what I would suggest is obviously during this time that you're up and shouted on their page, you have something about coaching on your page. You have something about inviting to a challenge group on your page. I know a lot of coaches that this is how they get Success Club every single month, right? They put up a picture of a challenge group that they're going to be having, and then they get a shout out. Maybe they spend $50, $60 from one of these shout outs here, and then the next 2 or 3 hours go by, and they're just basically getting a ton of new followers. They're seeing a great transformation picture, and boom, you have a ton of new challengers right there into your business. So have a little bit of extra money, think about doing a shout out with any of these big sites here. Okay, that's all that I have for you guys tonight. I'll take it for questions. I don't know, I'm sure there's going to be a boatload of questions coming through, so I'll try to minimize it as much as I can so you guys can get going. Is that helpful? Did you guys learn a lot? You guys think you'll be able to use your business there? I would definitely probably go through the information that I have because I presented a lot of information. Is there a way to get slides for this? Yes, I'll make sure I upload the slides. I'll upload them into the Dynasty wall, and if you guys want to pass them down, that would be awesome. Oh, the other thing is, yes, you can share your IG pictures in between Facebook and your Facebook like page. You can definitely do it in between both of them. I don't share every single picture on my Facebook page. A lot of times what I'll actually do is post something on like my Facebook like page that, look, I'm on Instagram too, and come and check me out and see what's going over there. So it'll give my followers that follow me on my my Fit Nurse business page that I have on Facebook a little bit of like, oh, I wonder what she does over there that's different than here. So I would recommend sharing some of your pictures, but I definitely wouldn't share all of them, and use it as a way to pull people to come and check you out on Instagram, so that now you have followers on both Instagram as well as on Facebook. So it is recorded. I pressed record, so it's recorded. I hope you guys have a good night. I'm gonna see if there's any other questions. Do you recommend starting a new page? You know, I don't know if I would start a new page. You know, I thought about starting a new page, especially when I went through Shailene Johnson Instagram training, because she suggests having like a page just for like, in fact, if you look at her page, like she's got one just for fashion. She has one that's just straight motivation that has just a bunch of quotes and stuff on it. So obviously you can bring different people into your business that way, and have it be more of one of those feature pages. So one of these pages that I'm talking about here, such as like Instafent Females, and you can actually shout people out there. For myself, I just didn't have time to run 2 different Instagram pages, plus a Facebook page, plus a blog, plus a like page. Like, I don't have time to do all that. So I stuck with what I have and have just been working my business just through one, and it's been fine. How do you keep Facebook and Instagram content different? Well, if you are posting right on Facebook, it should not be all fitness related, right? It should be pictures of your family, pictures of your kids, pictures of your husband. If you're into fashion, maybe it's something about fashion. If you're a dog lover, it should be something about your dogs, right? So, you know, Facebook, we're looking at more of those 5 pillars, looking at your overall scope of who you are as a person. Instagram's not like that. So if you're ever wondering how are you going to determine what you post where, remember on Instagram, you just want to have it be themed. Okay, let's see. I don't think I missed anything here. All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much for joining me tonight. It was a pleasure to be able to talk to you guys. If you guys have any extra questions, I will make sure that I download how to get the IG bio. I'll make sure I type something that up for you guys tomorrow. Otherwise, shoot me a message if you guys need anything, or ask your upline and I can get a bunch of things together, okay? Have a good night. I hope you guys have a rockin' month. Kill September.